Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Mark.
And this is the DarcBall
cast.
This week, sponsored by...
Preparation for the inevitable night time. For the night time cometh. Well, this week's going to be risky, innit?
Why? I can't imagine why it would be risky than normal.
Queen's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Anything to say? You got any opinion on the Queen's death?
I don't think she's dead, really. It's a bit convenient, isn't it? Right after COVID, everyone's been crying out for another bank holiday. It's one way to placate us, isn't it?
So you don't think... So where is she then?
Well, she shed her human form.
We did talk about the lizard queen, didn't we?
Yeah, Elizabeth.
I think maybe she heard that and thought, oh shit, I've been rumbled.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I've been rumbled.
And she scurried away back from whence she came, either the sewers or the planet that orbits the Earth.
That's two very different locations.
Well, I've not quite decided yet, Mark. Well, the science is still out.
Can it not be anything between sewer and different planet?
Well, honestly, Mark, you'd know the answer to this if you read my book.
What's your book called?
Lizard Queen, Life and Times of Elizabeth II.
Where can I buy that?
All good retailers. But eBay, mostly.
Name one bookshop.
Waterstones.
Fucking, he's right, folks.
No, it's a guy in a garage.
Walter Stones.
Walter Stones.
So... so there's lots to talk about, lots to unpack. The nation is in mourning. Well, I don't know if we're technically still in mourning because it's been 10 days, hasn't it?
I think I'm over it.
I don't think you were under anything.
No.
Were you bothered? Were you affected by our Lizzie's death?
I mean, I've been thinking about the logistics.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't think she was in the box. I don't think it was her.
Why?
Bit risky.
Why? What do you mean it's a bit risky?
Because, Mark, there was no air holes. And you wouldn't transport a lizard that way.
There might have been air holes under the cape.
All right. The cape. Oh,
the cape.
Cape or drape?
Well, to be fair, I think the correct word is flag.
Oh, flag. I thought I recognised that.
Like, we were talking about, you know, the crown that's on top of it.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about how India have asked for the massive fucking diamond in it back.
Why?
Why not?
They're just like,
because it's a big fucking diamond.
You've had it for 70 years. I think it's about time we had it back.
Because apparently it was taken nastily. I don't know.
Well, I think the
we're not here to talk about the British
Well,
Raj.
they're going to need the money out there with the energy crisis. They need to keep the lights on in India.
Can we have this fucking diamond so I can heat my house for 2 minutes? So they've asked for the diamond back, and I was talking to Sophie, and she was like, well, it's a different crown anyway. I was like, what are you on about? She went, well, Charles gets a different crown, doesn't he? No. So that's the crown.
Wait.
And she was like, well,
if someone said to me that the
crown, and then he'll get his own. I went, no, he won't. That one goes to him.
So they not just give him a fresh crown?
No, don't
well, that's shit, isn't it?
It's not like the ones you get from Burger King.
Yeah, but at some
she was
point,
like, well, they'll make alterations to it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, to
if
jazz it up in his own style?
That'd be sick, wouldn't it? Pimp my crown.
What would you have on your crown?
Yeah.
Blood diamond?
Yeah, a little glued on raisins and glitter.
Just like loads of dried fruit.
Yeah, like a series of pipe cleaners.
So I watched the funeral.
Yep.
Start to finish, 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. And I can safely say
that's a long day, mate.
She's buried. Yeah.
Mate, you were working on your bank holiday. That's
it was. Hey, I'm a British man.
That is a shift of a funeral.
I'm not letting her go.
What? Right, hold on. Right, I've been to funerals before. Like, they're basically rushing you out so they can shove the next corpse in the fire. What happened about this one?
Well, what happened was It starts at 10, but like the program started at 8, but the funeral didn't kick off till 11.
Fuck.
So it's like
kick off.
So you know when you like get football on telly and they have about hour and odd worth of build up.
Build up.
It's kind of that. It's like the punditry of the funeral.
Funeral foreplay.
Yeah, exactly. So they're talking about funerals, this funeral specifically, talking about the Queen, about stuff she did, like mainly just sort of Queen stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
the best thing for me was because there was a massive queue to see her box, wasn't there?
Right.
And they were interviewing these two people who got the train down from wherever it was they were from. And they were talking to the woman, and she was like, honestly, it's like coming down, to the queue and seeing a lion in state and coming to the funeral was the best thing I've ever done in my life. It's absolutely the best thing I've ever done.
Why?
And that includes the birth of my 2 kids. What?
Jesus.
To see a dead woman you've never met? You didn't even see her. For it to be the best day of my life, I'd have had to have got in with her for a bit. We just crawl in the coffin, couple of selfies.
Yeah, couple of selfies. In the dark.
Here's me and the Madge. See you on the other side.
Can you imagine if they made it into some kind of attraction? Like it was like a really wide coffin with like a crawl-in hole,
like a fucking circus freak show.
Yeah, but end to end there was a hole each end, and you'd form a queue, and one by one you'd crawl through the tunnel of death, and you'd get to hang out with the Queen for a few seconds. They'd have security, obviously, to usher you along.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, yeah, it seemed like there was a lot of queuing.
The queue. At one point, I think it got to didn't it get to 25 hours?
I don't know. I won't watch
25 hours. It got to 6 miles long. Just to see
6 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just to see our Liz in her box.
Well, they turned all that morning into an afternoon. I hate that.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I'll cut that out.
Cut that out. So Charles is king now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Our Chuck, King Chucky the Third. So, what? I never liked him, but now I hate him.
Why?
Because they showed some footage of him greeting people, at a fence and shaking hands and I'm the king, my mum's dead and all that kind of stuff. And then someone with a phone shouts at him. They just shout, Charles, not Your Majesty or anything like that. Charles said, how does it feel having £100 million spent on this parade when we can't heat our homes this winter? And then a security guard just gets in between them. And the look on Charles's face was just and he went, ugh, like that.
Oh my God.
As if to say, fuck off, peasant.
I mean, it's a good point.
And I understand his mum's just died. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because Sophie was like, well, there's a time and a place. I was like, yeah, but when is he ever going to have an opportunity to say that to the king again?
And the fact it was televised, it's a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I fully agree.
And she was
think
like,
it's a bit much.
She was like, the king can't do anything there. I was like, well, why is he king?
Yeah.
If the king can't do anything about it, he shouldn't be king. There shouldn't be a king if they can't do stuff about this kind of shit. What's the point?
They are just like a living tourist attraction.
They are.
It's like a weird magical human zoo, isn't it?
That's all they fucking are.
Yeah.
And someone shouted at Andrew as well, didn't they, when they were doing
sweatless nuns.
I can't remember what they were doing. I think they were doing a procession, or he was walking into a memorial service or whatever, and someone shouted you filthy bastard or something like that.
Good.
But the person who shouted were arrested and charged.
Why?
Under the public
charged of what?
Telling
the truth.
Act. Under the Public Order Act.
What, for shouting dirty bastard? You're not allowed to swear in public now.
No, because to be fair, he didn't actually say bastard. He didn't swear at all. He I think it was something like you dirty man or something.
He was just a bit louder than he should have been.
Yeah, I mean, what's getting me is people going, yeah, but his mum just died, and there's a time and a place. No,
fuck me. I'm not sure.
He's a rapist.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He should be in jail.
Yeah, I think they've missed the point entirely.
Yeah. I think that as well. They should have. They should have come to me to help with the planning.
To you?
To me, because obviously we were just talking there about the queue. being like 25 hours long and 6 miles long, and that's a long time to wait.
Yeah.
And I came up with a solution that's a little bit sort of Blue Peter that could have helped.
Right.
So what you could have done, instead of going to London and standing in a queue waiting to be sexually abused like one woman was.
Oh my God, what?
In the queue, yeah. A woman was abused in the queue.
That's horrible.
Queue abuse.
And what Prince Andrew was it?
That's exactly what I said. But to stand there freezing your tits off for a full fucking day.
Yeah.
What you could have done, you could have got a stamp.
Yeah.
And a matchbox. And just looked at that. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh. It's a little tiny, like a diorama.
And just pushed it round your coffee table for a bit before eventually throwing it in the bin.
Like a diorama, lovely. But no, I watched the full thing. I thought it was cracking bit of telly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it that entertaining?
I'm not a royalist. I don't believe in the royal family. I mean, when I say I don't believe in them, I think they exist. But I don't think we should have one. I think they're outdated. I don't think there's any need for them.
Yeah.
They don't do anything. They have, if like I said, if the king can't do something about the fact that there's people out there freezing to death and having to choose between heating and eating, if the king can't do that it was, wasn't it?
Did you make that up?
Straight off the tip of my tongue.
That was really good.
If the king can't do anything about that, then there shouldn't be one.
Yeah.
Right. And also, if I don't see him riding on horseback with a sword in hand, not my king, chopping heads off, there's no need for it. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it brings loads of tourism money in, but how much money do we pay to keep them afloat?
Probably too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was talking about how much the funeral cost, and they were like, yeah, but it'll come out of, the pot that was there for it. And I was like, yeah, but where did the pot come from?
Yeah, the pot didn't just arrive.
Fuck, you know what I mean? I can't afford my own funeral.
I wish something had happened in my life and I'd just go, I'll just reach into the pots.
Yeah.
The pot that appeared.
I respect Liz, because she was 21 when she got the crown and her dad died. And she said, until my last day, I will
be on the stamps.
I will do my job as the queen.
Yeah.
And she did. She lived to be 96. She did it for 75 years, sorry. So fair play to her. But I just think the whole fucking thing is ridiculous. It should, like, watching the ceremony and that, people fucking wandering about on fucking horses with their massive, stupid fucking hats on. What do they do? Because what got me as well is that you see King Charles and Princess Anne and Prince Nance and Prince Andrew and whatever, Edward, sorry, and they've all got loads and loads and loads of medals on, military medals. What have they done for their medals?
I've got a fucking bone to pick.
If you know what they did for their medals, email in darcballcast@gmail.co.
We haven't done that for a while, but I've got a bone to pick. You know all them weird fucking uniforms they make them wear, like the red coats?
Yeah.
I honestly, mate, I think they've really underestimated the power of a lanyard. Like, or
they
could just be, look, why can't they just wear their own shirt, their own press trousers, fucking lanyard that says, I work for the fucking royal family?
Like, there's like one troop that was there, and they're all on horseback, and they've all got like golden armour and swords and stuff. Yeah. Horseback and swords? It's 2022. We've got drones that can kill a specific person from 80,000 miles away. Yeah. What's that dickhead with a horse's tail sticking out of his helmet and a fucking sabre gonna do?
Oh no! One thing I did see is there were some of them that had like mops on the head. Did you see them?
Yeah,
heads like what the fuck? Do you know what they
were? Ceremonial stuff, and I get it. It's tradition, but it doesn't matter. It's outdated. We don't need it. You've got troops of military units who have nothing to do.
Yeah,
and there was one guy who had a ridiculous fucking gold and red uniform on. He was on the back of a horse, and there was 2 drums attached to the back of the horse. That this guy was just playing the drums on this horse. That's his job.
Walking around like a horse-driven one-man band. Maybe he was just busking, mate. Maybe he just snuck in.
I did look into the medals,
right? Okay.
About what they mean,
right?
And I was looking at Charles's medals, the king. He's got loads of fucking military medals across his chest.
Yeah.
And I thought, what did he get them for? Because he's not fought in any wars.
No.
or anything. Technically, he's only part of the army because he's the Prince of Wales. Well, he was the Prince of Wales because he's the king, right? So they're all they've got names, random names.
Right.
And then it comes to some of the medals, and one is Silver Jubilee Medal.
Right, so...
Golden Jubilee Medal. Diamond Jubilee Medal. Platinum Jubilee Medal. So basically, he's been given a medal because his mum's old.
In it, right, okay.
And still working.
So these are all medals that you can only get by being royal. So it's like they wake up and go, I'm filthy rich. I'm literally royal. I fancy a pat on the back today.
Yeah.
Let's just have a medal, shall we?
Crafteth me a medal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What really got me as well?
With that? Who comes up with that?
I don't know.
I bet it's some tosser who's making like 15 grand a year, bless him, coming up with these medals for these stupidly rich wankers.
What got me as well was where Charles lived when he was prince, where he had his offices, was called Clarence House, not far from Buckingham Palace.
Right.
Now, when his mum died and he became king and he had to move his offices to Buckingham Palace.
Right.
What do you think happened to his staff at Clarence House?
Just fucking got incinerated.
Lost their jobs.
Or
made redundant.
Fuck's sake.
Not right, let's take you over to Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
Not let's find you other jobs.
Yeah.
Just see you later.
Not just like, just live on this wad of cash that I found
and
in between my sofa
like, yeah,
cushions.
but they were told that they were going to be made redundant when this happens. Doesn't matter. They've still just been told they've not got a job because some rich 74-year-old dickhead now gets to move into a bigger house.
Do you think if you work for the royal family, you get like some sort of small tax exemption where they take the money? You know, you're getting paid.
Yeah, because the royals are paying you.
Yeah.
And then they take money out of what they've paid you to go, right, well, I'll have this.
Yeah, sorry, mate. We need to add this to the pot.
And do you know what else has made me angry about this whole thing?
Go on.
Because...
I mean, we're such a ranty podcast,
I know,
aren't we? We should just call it the DarcBall podcast.
I don't care. But the king's wife, Camilla Parker Bowles,
right?
She's now the queen consort. Well, I've got a group chat on my phone with the wife, her mum, and my mum.
Yeah.
You know, we were firing messages across saying, "Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, I've started crying and all this shit." Well, Sophie's mum sent a message saying, "Have you noticed now Camilla's head's quite shaky? I'm not sure if she might be showing signs of Parkinson's disease." And I fired back immediately with the greatest joke you'll ever hear. And it was, people was like, yeah. But I got no respect for it. And I wasn't shown the proper, you know what I mean? I wasn't given the proper credit. So she went, "I won't be surprised if she's showing signs of Parkinson's disease." And I went, "Do you mean Parker Bowlinson's disease?"
Bowlinson's?
How is that not better? Come on. Fucking joke.
I swear the mic gets lower every time.
I know.
Next podcast, you just have like a mic'd up bollock.
Should just hold them.
Yeah. Considered it. Ooh. We should get lapel mics. Yeah. Clip them on.
Yeah, we'll have to wear a suit every time we do it.
Yeah, so then like we can literally just go for a walk and record a podcast.
Just the daily walk cast.
Yeah, the daily walk cast.
Right, you ready for this?
Yeah, all right.
Right, Dan.
Here we go.
So a little while ago, I created a Reddit account.
Yeah.
Specifically for like to see if I could find funny content for our podcast.
Yeah.
Now, one of the subreddits I became part of was "Am I the Asshole?", where people post little stories from their lives and ask the Reddit community, "This is what's happened. Am I the arsehole in this situation?" And the people of Reddit will go, "You're the arsehole," or "You're not the arsehole."
They're basically always the arsehole. Like, if you need to ask if you're the arsehole,
yeah,
most of the time they are, aren't they?
Pretty much.
That's what I like about it.
Well, I thought I would post asking if I was the asshole.
Right.
Now, unfortunately, I don't do anything that makes me an asshole because I'm such a perfect person. So, admittedly, I did have to make a situation up.
Yeah, after this segment, we've got an interview with Mark's wife. She's got a few things she'd like to say.
I will just say at the start that the rules of the Am I the Asshole subreddit do clearly state that posts must be factual, cannot be made up, and there should be no shit posting. It's a serious page. As such, I have been permanently banned from posting in Am I the Asshole again.
I love how you didn't even get a warning.
Yeah, permanent ban straight away. I'm never allowed to post in that group again.
For fuck's sake.
I don't think, though, like I think it's a bit harsh because I don't think this sounds fake. I've tried to make it sound as real as possible. So I'm going to read it to you.
Oh,
so
no.
What do you think?
I'm well excited for this, but I'm nervous and I don't know why.
So here's the title. Am I the asshole for... Am I the asshole for what I did to my best friend's dead pet?
Fuck's sake, I'm your best friend.
Not in this, you're not. Oh. So my 32 male best friend's 76 non-binary had a tortoise called Jeshwari that she loved unconditionally. She had him for about 60 years, and he really was his absolute best friend. Her father bought the wee thing for him when she was a little lad, and she named him after her favourite local news reporter. A few weeks ago, Jeshwari died of tortoise cancer. He went quite quickly after his diagnosis, and for his last week, he wouldn't eat and would only drink iron brew. Most importantly, we don't think he really suffered. Now, since Jeshwari went to tortoise heaven, my friend has been absolutely inconsolable. She's been crying day and night, he's not gone to work, and barely touched her iron brew or shortbread. He's just not the same person anymore. So I thought I'd do something to cheer her up and honour Jeshwari's memory as a loving and playful tortoise.
Oh, no.
I decided to have him professionally stuffed and displayed on her mantle for all time.
Oh, no.
Looking at the prices of professional taxidermy online, however, made me think, balls to that. Even semi-professional taxidermists, hobbyists and back market stuffers were charging as much as 20 Great British pounds.
That's not even that much.
There was no way I was going to pay that, but I still like the idea, so I got myself on YouTube, watched some tutorials, swapped the shoebox under my friend's bed that Jeshwari was in for an empty one, and gave it a fair go myself. Turns out, not as easy as it looks. I tried my best, but after a few irreparable mistakes, I had to give it up as a bad job. But I wasn't going to give up. Another idea struck me. I got myself a spoon, scooped Jeshwari out, gave the shell a polish and varnish, popped a couple of straps on it, and boom, you've got yourself a stylish bicycle helmet. My friend...
What the fuck?
My friend will love this, I thought. When I gave her it, however, he exploded in rage. She says that I've betrayed her, and I've not only desecrated Jeshwari's memory, because not only does he not know how to ride, does she, sorry, not know how to ride a bike, but that Jeshwari was afraid, himself was terrified of them, but I've also desecrated his corpse. I knew she didn't ride bikes, but you do the best you can, don't you? Am I the asshole?
You do the best I can, don't you? But she can't. Fuck me, I can't get my words out.
I don't think that comes across as obviously fake.
What the fuck is in your head?
It started with, would it be funny about scooping a tortoise out? So
I wonder what the good people of Reddit had to say.
I was called out immediately.
Oh, fuck.
Absolutely immediately. All of the initial comments were all, this is bullshit, this is fake, just shit posting.
Did you retort to them?
Not those ones, because I thought, I'll be here forever, because there was a lot.
Like, how many responses were you getting?
Quite a lot.
Right, okay.
So this one said, info, is this fake? Someone replied, obviously. Someone else replied, the phrase tortoise cancer didn't give it away.
That's really good. Tortoise cancer.
Someone else put, info, why didn't you try feeding him deep fried Mars bars along with the iron brew? Someone else replied saying, cholesterol, tortoises are health nuts. Have you ever seen a fat tortoise? I replied, have some respect, a tortoise has died. Someone else... Oh god! This is
the greatest thing.
Someone else put, "Is your friend a smoker? Perhaps it isn't too late to salvage an ashtray out of old Jeshwari." And I put, "He is actually. This may mend things. I'll let you know." This.
Okay.
If they are non-binary, why did you use the pronouns she? Do they let you call them she or they, or was it accidental? I thought, I can't believe this is what's going on.
This is the point.
So I put, they like both he and she, depending on how they feel at the time. So we usually swap between, which is how she wants it. Maybe non-binary isn't the right term. They replied, I would say gender fluid, since they accept every gender. At least you respect their opinion, and that is all that matters.
Oh.
Someone replied to that, the non-binary person in the post accepts varying pronouns, not genders. Non-binary people can interchange between he, she, they, without being gender fluid. At this point, I'm sat there thinking, really. Someone then replied to that going, in a story about a tortoise dying of tortoise cancer because it only drank iron brew and being made into a bike helmet, that's the bit you don't believe.
You know, the thing is... That's Reddit all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see past the obvious.
There's what my favourite comment.
I mean, clearly you're an idiot.
This person, I got a big comment here.
Right.
I don't understand your use of pronouns.
Oh.
But since you wrote your friend is non-binary, I'll go with they/them. Now, what kind of an idea is that? The difference between a pet and any other domestic animal is that pets are companions. They are not used as a source of material or meat. People consider pets their friends or even family. And then they start to write all in capitals.
Oh, no.
You simply don't use any body part of a family member to make a, quote, stylish helmet or perform a taxidermy without the owner's consent. Back to regular letters. That's just disrespectful, depraved, and kind of sounds like there's a serious issue with your sense of right and wrong. The consent of the owner for any of these acts is crucial. To say you're the arsehole is to put it very kindly. But I really hope this isn't real. Apologise to your friend. Try to understand what you did was terribly messed up and accept if they want to have nothing to do with you because you crossed a line and I don't know if there is any way to mend the friendship. Don't try to make them forgive you. Give them space because this really is screwed up badly. Now, I replied to that comment. Good advice. I'll try to remember this when the rabbit dies. Thank you.
Oh, right. Mark, it's fucking getting late, isn't it?
It's 7:20.
Yeah, what time is it?
7:20.
Just It's just 7:20, is it?
Yeah.
It's not perhaps time for an instructional internet article of sorts.
Oh, y'all mean WikiHow.
Wiki, how do you do, Mark?
It's WikiHow time. Of course it is. Right.
Fuck's sake. I go along with all your little bits and
Do you know what?
skits and...
I think I saved that, but at the start, I genuinely did think you were asking me about this.
I was looking at my watch.
Well, yeah, I wasn't. Yeah.
You're
But
for
thing is,
fuck's sake.
the lamp's directly behind your head, so you're quite silhouetted. I can't really actually see any of
I
your
look
facial
like
features.
an astral being.
You look like one of them like statues from Easter Island.
Fuck off.
Right.
Get on with it.
So you're an awkward guy, aren't you?
Yeah, at times.
Well, luckily for you, WikiHow today is 6 ways to respond to... What have you been up to?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's your problem?
You're always trying to improve me, aren't you? If it's not with magical gemstones, it's
Well,
with...
that's the thing.
It's with legitimate...
Every time I come round and say, look, I've got a WikiHow to do with horoscopes and how stupid they are, or sun water,
Right.
you go, oh, for fuck's sake. This time I come with one that's like a sort of genuine one.
Well, Mark, I just stick with the classic. Yeah, not much. What about you?
Not much. What about you?
Yeah. Is that the wrong answer?
No, but it is step 6.
Okay, right. I'm in. I'm invested. It sides with me for once.
It does. Right, so the English language is full of unusual idioms that can be hard to understand unless you're a native
do you
speaker.
want to try that word again? Understand?
It's going to say speak.
Underspeak?
Unless, because the word speaker is under it, right?
Underspeak?
The English language is full of unusual idioms that can be hard to understand unless you're a native speaker.
I love how I've summoned the wiki wizard. What the fuck?
What have you been up to is one that you might not have heard before.
Okay.
Basically,
Might not.
if someone asks what you've been up to, they're asking what you've been doing since the two of you last spoke.
Or if you're doing something suspicious, they want to know. They're like,
What have you been up to?
yeah,
What have you been up to?
what have you been up to? You got chocolate smeared all around your face.
Keep reading for examples of what you can say or when or why you'd use such a reply. First off, I'm guessing that this article is aimed at people who don't really speak English or it's not their first language,
Yeah.
but it's written in English.
I think really what it's aimed at is the socially awkward. Because it's like, oh, the English language can be difficult for someone to understand.
You say that, but the first picture is 2 women wearing Muslim headdresses. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What are you trying to say there, Mark?
The English might not be their first language.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Don't try and racist bait me, because I know anything I say you'll cut out anyway.
Yeah, I will. I'm probably going to cut that whole bit out.
Probably. So step 1, the first reply. I've just been working.
Just been working.
I don't... Yeah, right.
What do you normally say, Mark?
I don't,
No, to be honest.
I don't reply.
It's how we start most of our podcasts.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Yeah, what have you been up to?
You know, just fingering the corpse of Prince of Wales. He was not dead. I don't know where that came from.
If he dies now, Mark,
Maybe
we've done it again.
Maybe it was
Haiti.
a prophetic dream I had.
We did it with Haiti.
Oh, well, you did it with Haiti. I don't know part of
Do you
that.
remember?
Yeah, what annoys me is that the title of each step is a reply, and then it's got a whole paragraph explaining the reply. So, First reply, you could put, I've just been working. Tell them what you've been doing that day. You can be as detailed or straightforward as you like. For instance, instead of just saying, I've been hanging out with friends, you could tell them, I saw a movie with William and Ali.
Right.
The first response is kind of generic, and you could use it when you talk with someone you don't know too well, like a boss or co-worker. Use a more specific response for a friend or relative. I've been lazy this morning, just watching a show. If you're
A show.
if you're talking to a friend, describe the show and tell them what you thought about it. I've been hanging out with some classmates. For a longer explanation, tell what you did or who you spent time with. I've just been getting ready for this evening.
That's so vague.
To go into more detail, tell them how you got ready or talk about what's happening that evening.
Hold on. How I got ready? That's the worst. Fuck me. You've gone, I've just been preparing for the inevitable night time. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what you said.
That is such a
How have you been preparing? Oh,
such a good album title.
I have been sharpening the knives. Do you know what I mean? It's not how did you get prepared? It's like, oh yeah, I've just been getting ready to go out. Oh yeah, how was you getting ready? Oh yeah, well I started with my pants. You know, and then I went socks before shirt this time.
Oh, mix it up.
Yeah.
I love that. By the way, that's a great metal title. Preparing for the inevitable night time.
I can hear it. I can hear it in my head already.
You can't you? Right. Reply 2. I finally got around to doing that project.
Yes.
Answer them by referring to past conversations.
Oh, no.
If you're speaking with a friend, you probably remember what you talked about the last time you were together. To jumpstart your current conversation, give them an update. For instance, if you spoke about travel plans in the past, use your answer to describe the amazing trip you ended up taking. I've been reading that book you recommended. It was fantastic. Do you have any other suggestions? Remember how I was thinking about changing classes? Well, I did end up switching. I tried...
Stop.
I tried that restaurant we were curious about. You would like it. Do you want to grab lunch there today?
Sorry, I can't. I'm preparing for the night.
Preparing for the inevitable
that's interesting.
night time.
How are you preparing?
I love it. It's like, to jumpstart your conversation, give them an update. So, like, me and you meet up and go, all right, should we go through the minutes of our last meeting?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that can come across as, like, really awkward. Like, if you don't know them too well and you loop back to something you said the other week, someone might be going, whoa, why are they thinking about this so much?
What are you up to? I don't know. What did we speak about last time?
We met and we bumped into each other in the canteen, and we thought it was really funny that I had penne and you liked penne.
I do, you know what? I do quite like penne.
Yeah, I prefer fusilli.
I'm more of a tagliatelle guy.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm feeling spicy,
thick spaghetti.
If I'm feeling spicy, pappardelle.
What the fuck's pappardelle?
It's like tagliatelle but thicker.
Fuck. Tagliatelle's already thick.
At one point, it's going to be like one of them tubes of raw cookie dough the Americans
yeah,
eat,
mate. Why don't they make a long ravioli? You ever thought about that?
A pasta sausage.
Yeah.
like a sausage, but it's pasta on the outside.
Like a carby meat tube.
An Italian sausage roll. That's what it is.
That's fucking mean.
Like, it's all days.
Do you not think like lasagna sheets are just really wide tagliatelle?
No, isn't that what Italians write on? Look, that's why there's no Italian Bibles left from the Renaissance. They're all crumbled.
No, Italian Bibles, that's just lasagna, isn't it? Just many pages of pasta.
Right. Number 3. I've been volunteering at the library.
For fuck's sake. Italian pages of pasta.
Share personal, exciting, or important news. To catch up with someone you know well, tell them what new or important things have been happening in your life. This can be any type of event that had a big impact on your life. Maybe a close relative died. You were offered a great job, or you decided to move.
A great job.
I started my own business. I've even got a booth at the farmer's market.
Why must you shout all of these things?
I've been taking Spanish lessons at the community centre. Ole. He doesn't really say ole.
Yeah. I have been taxidermying turtles.
It's a stylish helmet.
Yeah.
I travelled to British Columbia last month to see family.
Oh, for
Number
fuck's
4.
sake.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Give a simple, vague response if you don't feel like talking. It's completely fine if you don't want to share what's been happening in your life, or maybe you just don't know the person very well. Like if you're talking to an employer. To quickly answer their question while still being polite, give a basic, straightforward response. Nothing special.
Fuck.
Well, not much has been happening.
Why?
Not much, really.
Fuck off.
Number 5. Work and school.
Work and school. Oh.
Keep your response short if there's not much to tell. You don't have to give a lengthy or detailed response, especially if not much has changed since you last spoke. Give an answer that lets them know things are pretty much the same as they were. I've just been working and hanging out with friends. Nothing new. And finally, not much. And you? Ask how they're doing if you want them to talk more. This response flips the question back to the person who asked it, so it's up to them to continue the conversation.
Like an Uno reverse card. Yeah. Like, fuck you.
If you keep your reply short like this, it signals to them that you're curious about what they've been up to. Just the usual. What about you? Did you end up finishing school? You know me.
We're 38. We're 38 years old.
You know me. Nothing has changed. But what have you been up to? Are you still planning on trying out for the play?
What play?
Mark. Nothing interesting. What have you been up to? I heard that you had some good luck lately.
Mark, wake up. You're in some kind of weird trance. We're halfway through a podcast.
And that's it. That's this week's Wiki How.
Fuck.
What did you learn?
That was a short one.
It was a short one. What did you learn?
Actually, this one was really insightful. I learned a lot about myself. It was real introspective.
Give specific examples.
Well, how about you?
All I can concentrate on is how wide your legs are apart and the bulge.
It's only a small bulge. I've been working on it though.
But it's winking at me.
I can't.
Let me talk to it. What have you been up to lately?
Talk to the good kids.
What was that? What even was that?
I don't know. Are we cutting this bit out? Is it staying? I feel like we should cut out the bit where you started to address directly my testicles.
I mean, I'm happy to add a third host to the podcast.
Let's mic come up, Mark. Let's mic come up. Well, that was it. They didn't know how good they had it, but that was one of the good ones.
One of the rare gems. I think we triggered any royalists.
Yeah, let's hope not.
I'm not that fussed.
Yeah. To be honest, we've said worse.
We have.
Oh, that's the siren.
Oh shit!
Let's get prepared for the inevitable night time.
All right. Well, always remember that no one asked for it.
No one needed it,
and this was it.
It was the DarcBall cast.
Fuck off.